Hello, welcome back. Yes, I'm a little bit late today, but I did get here. Just trying to set things up, trying to find something that was going to be suitable. And it took me a little while to get that done, but it's all right. I am here, and today will be the last day for ULTRAMODERN 5 character creation. For those of you who have been enjoying yourself and like this whole process, this is the last day, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Okay, now I'm going to suggest you grab some food, some drink, make sure you're comfortable, and we'll get straight into it because you are here to make a character, of course, and that's why we're going to do this in the first place. Anyway, I am mostly ready. Shall we get started? Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Weller, and today I want to talk about ULTRAMODERN 5, character creation for ULTRAMODERN 5. We are going to be making a medic. There is a medic class for ULTRAMODERN 5. So if you wanted to be the healer, the support character, that was your thing, well, you can do that. It is possible. It is very much an option for you. Now, I have a fillable character sheet ready to go. I have the rules in front of me, so there's plenty of information for what we need to do. And I'm going to say right now that this is probably one of the easiest classes, I would say, to build. Out of all the classes that I've seen in ULTRAMODERN 5, which is completely compatible with Dungeons & Dragons 5e, this is the one that is definitely easier than everything else. Why would that be? I think because it is... I don't think there's quite as much to customize. I think a lot of the stuff you get straight off the bat. There really isn't sort of, you have to choose between this and this. You just get it. That's kind of what this class does. So how do you build an ULTRAMODERN 5 character? Well, the first thing is we've already got our class, so we're going to do the medic, which is going to start on page, I believe it's page 85, the medic in ULTRAMODERN 5, Reduxed, that is. If you have a different version, it's going to be a different page. The birth or race or species, those are on page 18, so we're going to select a birth that we want to have. We're going to do no archetypes because that goes to level 3. So archetypes are a level 3 feature in 5e. You don't get them till level 3. So there's no point if we're doing just a level 1 character. That starts on page 98, but we won't be using that today. Life path is your background. And life path... you can make your own life path if you want to. They start on page 36, and then we'll do equipment, which is gear and stuff, and that starts on page 116 and kind of goes on forever because there's so much of it. So that's the gist of it. That's what we're going to be doing today. So now let's get you to the character sheet, shall we? This is why you're here. This is why you started watching in the first place. This is it. This is the character sheet. And the book that I'm using is this book here, right here. This one. This is the one we're using. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to suggest to you is make a name. I'm going to put into chat, create a name for the character. Somebody has already put in a name. I will use that name as a default. If somebody else in chat is willing and desires the opportunity to change the name of the character, you are welcome to do so. I encourage you to do so. I have Fred Huber here, who's great at trying to drive people to get things done. And so let's have character name, hashtag. What is the character's name? Bum, bum, bum. It's secret. No, it's not. It's not a secret. So if we've got a name already here, I can use this for now. And we will, but if you come up with a better name, let me know. Lawrence Flightendale. Oh, I see. Okay. God. Flightendale. Well, you're not here to name the character, are you? You're just here to see how to build the character. So that's the whole point. We have at least a name in here. We'll deal with a race later. Our class is medic. We're not going to do an archetype, so that's not applicable. Now, while I'm filling this in, I'm going to get you to start doing some stuff. All right, so hashtag. I want you to roll 4d6 for the ability scores. Okay, very simple. That's what you're going to start doing. Give me all 4 numbers. So roll a 6-sided dice. You need to roll 4 of them, or the same dice 4 times. And just go, just give me all 4 numbers, and I will do the rest. That's my job here, all right? So you're going to roll some dice, and I'm going to pump in some details, get us mostly started. NA, I don't know if we're going to have time for the letters. We'll see. This is one time we might actually have time to do a ladder. I don't think we'll worry about alignment, so we'll just go NA for that. Background, we haven't done that yet. We don't have any experience points, so don't ever worry about that. We don't have a character name, player name, and okay, so that's all good. We don't have any inspiration because we haven't done anything. Our proficiency bonus will be the same as in Dungeons & Dragons 5e, because Ultramodern 5 is based off the rules for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. It's just a different sort of setting. It's a modern setting, a science fiction setting. It's whatever setting you really want. So we get a plus 2 bonus, should I say, as a proficiency bonus. It's at level 1. That's all sort of standard. And here we go. Let's roll those dice. Now, people, don't make Fred do all the work. Fred is happy to do all the work, but he would really like somebody else to roll some dice, and so would I, because I'll take your numbers over Fred's. Fred's not going to, honestly, Fred Huber, patron, thank you for being here. He's not going to get upset if I take your numbers over his numbers. I can assure you. So how does this work? Well, very simply, I'm just going to drop them into the ability scores in order. I'm not going to worry about positioning for now. We do that later, okay? So the first set of numbers we have from Fred is 6, a 6, 5, and a 2. So out of the 4 numbers, we drop the lowest number. We pick the biggest numbers, the highest numbers. So 2 6s is 12, and a 5 is 17. So we've got a 17 as our first digit. Hello, Derp. Nice to have you rolling. There we go. Derp's gone and rolled us some nice low numbers. Dun, dun, dun. Next set of numbers we have is a 6. I'm going to get rid of the hat because the hat's not really helping me. 6, 6, 4, and a 3. So drop the 3, it's the lowest number, and we get a total of 16. All right, we've got a bit of a battle for the number rolling. Good. That's what we want. Hello, Derp. Derp is also a patron. Thanks for hanging out. And next set of numbers here, Fred Huber has rolled a 1, a 2, and a 1. Oh, we've got some low numbers coming in. So we're going to drop one of the 1s. So we're going to get a 5 here. We've got a 5 as one of our numbers. Ooh, it's going to have to go somewhere. That'll be interesting. Derp has rolled some numbers. I'm going to take Derp's numbers now. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, we've got exactly what we needed. So we've got enough numbers now. Awesome. So for those of you who aren't Derp or Fred Huber, feel free to roll some dice. So I can always transpose your numbers in if you would like. Okay, so let's have a look here. We have a 1 from Derp, a 1, and then a 2, and then a 3. So that comes to drop one of the 1s. Keep the others. That's a 6 we've got. Pale Rider's trying to get in there. Oh. All right. And so when I'm just working my way down here, trying to remember whose numbers I'm doing next. 5. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, Fred Huber got a 6, a 2, a 1, and a 1. Drop one of the 1s. Keep the others. That's a 9. Scroll on down, and we get a 9 in here. Derp has rolled again. That would be the 6th set. So that's a 4, a 5, and a 6. Okay, so we drop the 4, keep the 5s, and 6. So that comes to a 16. So we've got a 16 in one of our numbers. And because Pale Rider has rolled some numbers, I will take your numbers and supersede them over the 5. How's that sound? And then we're done. 5. No, sorry, it's a 6. Pale Rider, 6. 5, 5, and 4. So drop the 4, keep the 5s and 6, 16. Okay, so we've got a 16. So we'll get rid of the low number. We'll take the 16. Oh, you've rolled another set, have you? You're trying to get rid of the other. You're trying to get rid of the 6. That's it. Okay, I'll take the last set, Pale Rider. That means everybody's got at least something going on here, I guess. All right. So 4, 5, 4, and 6. Okay. Drop a 4, because that's the lowest number. Keep the rest, comes out as a 15. So the 16 becomes a 15. Okay, so we've got some very high numbers now because people roll dice. That's what happens. Okay, good. Sweet. Well done. I'm impressed. So we're going to position these numbers later. But that's not what our first task is right now. Now that we've rolled our stats, we've got to start making some decisions. You're here to save the day. Of course you are, Pale Rider. Of course you are. Now that we've done that, we're going to deal with our birth. Our birth starts on page 18. So these are the births. I'm going to go through the births. You're going to select a birth. Okay, hashtag. Pick a birth, race, or species. What you want to call it is up to you. I don't really care. Okay. You're here to suggest white sulfur to stop bleeding. Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you for that. Let me go down here and show you what we have. We have the Kono, the Coney. I think it's a Coney. Kono. I think it's Kono, rather than E at the end. Kono. So this has got a big head, multiple eyes, looks like a flat red top with multiple arms. It's an alien. It's got legs. We've done this before. We've done this one before. We have the Katyn, which is basically the insect creature. You want multiple arms? You want to look like an insect? You want to have armor? Yeah, you can. You can play an insect alien. Do you want to play the Altered? The Altered is essentially, you get a mutation of some kind. We've done this before as well. All hands, aquatic. You can have arms, special arms, big nose, a carapace, chompers, some sort of deformity, digigrade stuff, enhancements, fine hairs, fragile, iron nails, rhino hide, keen eyes, keen hearing, large, if you want to be large, legs, simple deficiencies, slow, speed, tail, wicked tongue, wings, mute. You can have a metabolic disease if that sounds exciting to you. You can change your metabolism. You can have quills. Got wings there as well. The animalist is basically very much a humanoid animal. Okay, so you pick a sub-race for this thing. You can go with the ape, the badger. You can go with the, hello, Agile Monk. Hello, John. How are you? How are you? So ape, badger, there's elephant, bat, bear, boar, frog, goat. This is the picture you just saw. I've said this before. God, how many times have I said this? At least 11 times now. Crocodile, hawk, shark, tiger, horse, the possum, for those of you who know what a possum is, turtle, wolf, rabbit, and the rat. Or otherwise, or an automation, some sort of construction. Now you can go the way of the robot or the android. The android looks more human. The robot looks like a robot. There is human, so you can pick human if you want, and you get a genetic sort of trait that goes with you. A genetic benefit, should I say. Trait, benefit, yes, something like that. Keep going. You get the morpher, which means basically you get to transform, clay transformations. You got weapon and shield transformations and forms and change your shape, all sorts of gory, horrible stuff. The splice, which is basically very much humanoid or human, but there's some sort of animal bit spliced into you. It's not quite the same as the animalist. So you go bat, bear, beetle, bee, cat, viper, wolf, chameleon, which is a lizard, the dolphin, eagle, horse, the wolverine, the rat, the rabbit, and the spider. The tuna, which we've discovered is actually not really going to be plausible, so forget about the tuna. I haven't figured out how to do that. I think we're missing something to be able to make that a plausible option, as far as I can tell. And then we have the yokai, which is basically you have a form. You have an animal form, okay? So those are the choices. So today, being the last day, sad, crying tears, pick a birth, a race, a species, and we'll go from there. The dog animalist. Okay, we're going to go dog. I know what this is. The problem is I know everybody's going to go onto the, yeah, and you knew it. I knew Pale Rider would go with a dog. Yeah, it's good with me. What is the general word on ultramodern? Ultramodern is a version, it's basically a modern version or a science fiction version or a different version, and it's essentially just the Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules. But of course, all the options are different. They're all designed for a modern world or a science fiction world or something else. You know, it's the third-party version that goes outside of just medieval fantasy, if that makes sense. So, it looks like we're going with the dog analyst today. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go back. For those of you who don't know, it's an ongoing joke on my channel about dogs, okay? So, you're probably thinking, Fred, you didn't say dog. Yeah, I know I didn't say dog. But they'll be leaning towards something that's a dog. Yep, and it'll be the wolf. So we're going wolfy today. Okay, it's the only thing that's close enough to what they were talking about. So it looks like we're going with the animalist wolf. You don't like the video chat? It would be more be interesting to play if I could find people to play in person. Fair enough, I understand that. That makes sense. Okay, so inert. We have some special features. So we're going to go with inert. Increase your speed by 5 feet when performing a dash action. So we're going to take our inert. And we're going to just stuff it in here for now. Inert. Bum, bum, bum. And next. Pretty happy with that. Next thing. So increase our speed by that. We've got keen senses. You have advantage with wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing and smell. Well, that'll be useful, since that is the super skill in 5e and really all versions of D&D. The super skill is always the senses. If you can see it and hear it or smell it, you've got a better chance. Now, so we've got that one there. That's good. Next. Pounce. If you move at least 20 feet straight toward a target and then hit with your natural melee attack on the same turn, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. DC, oh god, it's like the wolf. DC equals 8 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus. You have advantage on melee attack rolls against prone targets. You have advantage on melee attack rolls against prone targets. Doesn't everybody? I don't think we need to worry about putting that in. I'm pretty sure everybody has that. But, yeah. So we'll just take this, drop that in, paste it in, just like so. Bum, bum, bum. You're probably wondering, what about the ability score increase? Fred, don't forget the ability. I haven't forgotten it. I am aware it's there. Handshakes by smelling your butt. Oh, come on. Really? Really? It's going to be like that today? All right, so let's go back to here. So one of the things we do is your dexterity score increases by 2. So our dex will be going up by 2. Dex up by 2. And one of the other choices we're going to get is increase either your intelligence or wisdom score by 1. So int always goes up by 1. We have to make a decision about that. All right, so we've already got that sort of figured out. We'll come back to that. Let's go back to the animalist. So since we are an animalist wolf, and there are some basic things around the animalist that we need to make sure we have down. And I believe they are, base speed is 30 feet. If you initially could walk on 4 limbs, and as long as you have nothing in your hands, you can run on all 4 limbs. If you do, your speed increases to 35 feet. When moving in this fashion, you ignore movement penalties from difficult terrain. So our speed is 30 feet, but if we go down on all 4s like a wolf, then we can just go bananas. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's transfer that over to here. Plus we have our initial speed increases performing a dash action. So that sort of applies when we're doing a dash. So we've got 30 feet here. And then part of the analyst has languages. You know one language of your choice. You can also communicate with animals of the type that you are descended from. So really we get one language and we get wolf. You can be one size category larger or smaller than an animal that you are descended from. Minimum size. Okay, so we could probably go either small or medium. We're going to have to make some choices, people. What do you want to be? Small or medium? Okay, you guys want to increase wisdom by +1. Okay, I'll cross out the int. All right, Wiz is going to be what's going to happen. Hashtag. What size are we? Are we small? Are we medium? Or are we large? Bum, bum, bum. You get to choose. Pale Rider wants medium. There you go. Now, that does affect our natural melee weapons. Okay, so if you're wondering, you either have a natural claw or bite attack. Pick the one. Claws count as finesse, light weapons, slashing weapons. A bite counts as a finesse, light, piercing weapon. The damage for these weapons depends on your size. So these are the damage output. So you get a D8 for a large creature, medium is a 1D6, and small is 1D4. So yeah, just something to consider. And you'll notice that Chris Deus has included things like claws and bite as being finessible. In other words, you can use dex or strength to make your attack, when you're calculating your attack roll and your damage. Okay, that's all going to be working off whatever's bigger, whether it's dex or strength. So you decide and just go with that. Very sensible. He's a sensible person. Size. You can be up to one size category larger. Yes, bipedal size, medium. If you're larger, you have an adjustment. Okay, you have a +1 level adjustment. Oh, I see. If you go large, okay, there's a level adjustment. Oh, okay, because we can't do that. He's medium, but the large says he's large. The ladies say he's large. Oh, I see. Does Geneva Convention say no weapons? Oh, that's what she said. Okay. So we are an animalist, and we will truck that into here. Animalist wolf. Into our race. That's it, of birth. Paste, animalist, wolf. So we have a draw right now. We've got, between it being medium and large, somebody's going to have to decide which it's going to be. Otherwise, I'm going to have to roll off on it later on. Okay? You decide, people. Make a decision. Natural weapons. Claw and bite. We will include them. Natural weapons. Claw and bite. Bracket. Finesse and light. So that's that will do that. Grew up as a dog-faced boy in the circus. I'm sure he did. Okay, so we need to know. I'm going to have to roll off. If nobody's going to make any decisions, we got 1 vote for medium, 1 vote for large. Large and in charge. Large and in charge. So, looks like it's going to be large today, which means we get a level adjustment if we go large size. Size large. Okay. And there is a level adjustment, so we're no longer level 1, we're level 2, which doesn't mean we get all the level 2 features, people. It just means we get an adjustment. 1 bracket +1. Oh, derp's gone large as well. Okay, so it's a done deal. So there is an adjustment there. Let's go down here. I'll concede to large. All right, we're large. Weapon damage is 1d8. 1d8. Okay. I feel like we've just made a werewolf, but it's not really a werewolf. It's a werewolf that's not a werewolf. Anyway, that is the animal list. We've got all the things that we expect to have here, I believe. Oh, I'm going to put the languages in. So, a language, and that is going to be, I don't know, whatever you want to make up, plus wolf, because you can talk to wolves. Okay, you decide what the other one is. Name, Lupo. Lupo. There we go, Lupo. That's nickname. Nickname's Lupo. Right, so now that we've done that, we need to move on. I'm pretty sure I've got all of this lined up correctly. And we can start looking at the next thing. Yep, I done it. Done it. Yeah, that's cool. Next, let's deal with our life path. And here we are, life path. I'm going to have to do some reading in a second. But I'm going to drink some water. Oh, you want Greek? Kennel slang. Oh, I think, come on. Really? Kennel slang. And Greek. Probably going to get some more languages anyway. I get a distinct feeling there's going to be more languages. Okay, so this is where we move across to our life path. You can make your own life path in ULTRAMODERN 5. It's basically just a background. We're not going to do that in a live stream. People have been asking me if we will build some custom backgrounds in live streams, and we will do that. I've been thinking more and more about some of the problems around the Dungeons and Dragons 5e background, so we might go back and have a look at that sort of stuff. And then I'll give you an idea of how to deal with them when you're doing your own stuff for ULTRAMODERN 5 or anything, really. Okay, affluent. I'm going to write in my marker here, hashtag, pick a background or life path. Okay, let me go. Let's do this. Affluent. Skill proficiency, either pick deception or persuasion. Tool proficiency is 1 musical instrument. Languages, you get 2. Equipment, you get fine clothes, 200 in money, and in a leather wallet. You can be a bruiser if you want. This is our medic, remember. You can have skill proficiency in athletics or acrobatics. Language, you get 1. Equipment, a trophy from a fight. $20 in loose bills, common clothes, or you can go with delinquent, skill proficiency in sleight of hand or deception. Tool proficiency is thieves' tools, no choice. Languages, you get 1. Equipment, common clothes, $15 in stuff that you stole, basically. Disciple, you can pick skill proficiency, religion, or nature. Languages, 1 of your choice, and you got equipment. But basically holy item, whether it's a book or a symbol, it's up to you, and some common clothes. The drifter allows you to have skill proficiency in deception or survival, not both, but just one or the other. Languages, you get 2 languages. Equipment, you're going to get a set of common clothes, backpack, bedroll, blanket, and $5 in coins. The intellectual, you get skill proficiency in engineering or science. 1 of those, 2 languages of your choice. Equipment is a set of common clothes, handful of textbooks, $15 in your wallet. Not too bad. And then we go with labourer. Hang on, we've got somebody coming back. Sorry about that, people. Okay, so now we got labourer. Skill proficiency is either animal handling or athletics. Pick one. One set of artisan tools, one language of your choice. Equipment is one set of artisan tools, $50 and well-earned money. You could go progeny. You can pick skill proficiency, athletics, or performance. Tool proficiency, one musical instrument or one artisan tool, up to you. One language, you get one musical instrument, or you get to pick an artisan tool as part of your equipment. Get a trophy and $15. A recluse, man, you get to have skill proficiency in computer use or investigation. Two languages. Okay, equipment is a set of common clothes or personal computer. $20 in prepaid cards, $10 in your wallet. You can be a regular Joe. Now, regular Joe's quite a good idea, because regular Joe basically says you can have skill proficiency in one skill of your choice. You could pick medicine if you really wanted to. Here, if you wanted to. Tool proficiency, one tool or one tool or vehicle of your choice. Get one language. Your equipment is $50 in your wallet. And then we have smooth talker. You get skill proficiency in persuasion or intimidation, one of those. You get tool proficiency as one game set. And then languages, you get one. Equipment is one game set, a set of common clothes, $50 in your wallet. And you're ready to rock. So, drifter, intellectual, or progeny. So we've got so backgrounds in 5e players. Roll on. I roll randomly for my PCs. Well, that's fine. Cool. So we've got two choices. Looks like intellectual science, drifter, intellectual progeny. Okay, so I see where we're going here. We now have a cross. We have a crossover of some kind. So now I have to break with a dice roll, I think. Right now, it looks like their votes are 2 for drifter and 2 for intellectual. 2 for drifter and 2 for intellectual. Okay. So I think this is where we're going. We're going to roll. And intellectual. Yeah, there's 2 for that and 2 for that. Okay. So drifter is 1 to 3. 4 to 6 will be the intellectual. It is the intellectual. Okay. All right. So be it. Now you have to pick. Since now that we have intellectual as our choice, you're going to have to suck it up and create 2 languages for me. And I need you to decide whether you want engineering or science. Intellectual. Oh, you went intellectual anyway. Okay. All right. So is it going to be, what's the skill? Oops. Hashtag. What skill? So do you want engineering? Engineering or science? Okay. Tie is broke. Yeah, the tie got broke pretty quick, didn't it? Let's go here. Up. And oh, my eyes are going all over the place. Intellectual. Science it is. Looks like it's science. But science you got. Language, French and infernal. Okay. Oh dear. French. Infernal. Infernal French. Okay. Nice. That's that down. What else did I need to make sure I plugged and dropped into here for the intellectual? So we've got that one. We've got 2 languages. Oh, set of clothes, common clothes, handful of textbook. Okay, so let's just copy and paste this and just drop it into the gear section here. Make life easy for myself. There we go. Common clothes. There we go. Handful of text box. I'll just say text box. That's easy enough. Textbooks, and we have a wallet, but we have $15, so $15. And we have a wallet. Pardon me, I got gas. Okay. So I think we've got all of our various things that we needed for our background into our character sheet. Okay, so this is, now we've been doing origins and life path, and I think we should keep going with the origins and life path because they're kind of fun to do. So here we go. We're going to do an origin. So with an origin, you pick an origin and you roll a 20-sided dice. Hashtag. Pick an origin and roll a d20. Okay, I will tell you what they are just in case you have forgotten. Moving through here fairly quickly. We have parenting as an origin. You have the status. You have casualty. Casualty might be a good one. Sibling rivalry. Separation. Sibling viewpoint. Surrogate. Siblings. So those are the various types of origins that you could pick from. You just need to decide what it's going to be, and I will plug it in. Okay. So while you're doing that, there is a bunch of other stuff. Now, you might have noticed I haven't made any mention of the actual class features. I guess part of the reason why I haven't done that is because I didn't really think I needed to. It's as I said, you get pretty much everything that you might need as a medic straight off the bat at level 1. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like you're not fiddling around. You roll a 6, pick the origin, casualty 15. Okay, there you go. 15 casualty. Casualty is a 15. There we go. Suicide. Ooh, you could deny it, but it's the truth. Okay, you are into suicide. Ooh, that's pretty dark. Wow, I shouldn't be surprised. Here we go. Paste. And it'll be under casualty. Let's just write that in. I think that's right. No, that's not. Casualty. Casual. Oh, I've gone and put it around the wrong way. Casualty. There we go. All right, now we're going to do our life event. We've been doing life events. There are a bunch of these, so I'm going to punch in a thing for this. Pick a life event and roll a d20. He's from a MASH unit, probably is. That's why he's suffered so much. Here we go. These are the different life events. There's life episodes, tragedy. God, you're going to be a depressing character. Windfall. What else have we got here? Enemy. Friendship. We have the cause. Who does what? What can be thrown? Who ticked off who? Romance, which means you don't need to worry about rolling. Not really. New relationship. Previous relationship. Feelings. Issues. Misfortune. Misfortune might be an interesting one. We do have casualty and misfortune. Oh, they kind of feel like they're going in the same direction. Tragedy, and you got a 5. Tragedy with a 5. There is a tragedy, and it's a 5. Right, now that we're under 5, you have to roll a d20 again, because tragedy is huge. That table just goes on. Tragedy 8, so okay, so 5 then goes 8. So 8 is going to be, ooh, psychological trauma. Oh, it's going to be hard. Tragedy. Whoopsies. And then feel like Hugh Grant. Whoopsies. Psychological drama. Okay. No. Yes. There we go. All right. Moving back to here. Where can I find it? Eyes are having to adjust back and forth. Is not helpful. You're waking up. Oh, okay. Let's just copy this bit in here. This is our tragedy, psychological drama. You wake up every morning suddenly. You are slightly moody. You sweat on occasion in stressful situations. These are minor manifestations that don't affect you significantly, but friends notice. Oh, there you go. We have now completely tortured this character at level 1. Well done. Well done. I'm impressed. Emotional damage is on its way. Dear. All right, so now that we've done the class has got done, the birth is done, the life path is done, we've got all the other bits and pieces. Now we need to deal with some of the stuff around our actual playable class. So let's go over there, shall we? So that is a 85. There's the medic. Okay, so you get a bunch of stuff as a medic. I'm going to pump this in a second. We're going to have to deal with our ability scores in terms of assigning them, okay? But I just want to make a note in terms of what gear and equipment, because we're going to be doing gear and equipment shortly. So the sorts of gear that you get 1 small arms, small arm, and it's going to be no more than 300. Okay, got it. God, it'll be another grenade launcher, won't it? You get a medic kit and a drug kit. Ooh, I don't even have to make a choice about that. You just get them, which makes perfect sense. It would be silly if you didn't, wouldn't it? I think it would. It'd be silly. So you get a medical kit and you get a drug kit. If you like drugs, this is the game for you. Here we go. There we go. I'm only kidding, people. Playing with you. Playing. No. People don't get the joke. All right, moving on. Armor. So you get an armor, set of armor, depending on what that armor is, and you can spend 300 on the armor. We are shuffling along quite nicely. I think mostly up to date. 300 armor, and then $20 in additional non-military gear. It's not $200 in non-military. Can't be weapons, but okay. So we get 200 in that. So we'll just put that 200 into our kitty. Come back to that later. Handheld, single-armed handheld grenade launcher. I knew this was coming. It always does. It's like, don't be stupid, Fred. We know what we want. Okay, so we'll deal with our hit points in a second. You can see some of the features that you get at level 1. I'll be going over them in a little bit more detail. But first we get armor, light armor proficiency. So that's the best we get in terms of our armor proficiency, people. If you were hoping for some heavy armor, it doesn't work that way. You're a medic, obviously. You're a medic, so why would you have anything else? Armor. And I'm going to spell it in a way that I actually understand. I'm not American. Armor. Simple weapons. One-handed small arms. So yeah, it looks like that single-handed grenade launcher is going to get a purchase again. Just drop this in here. And let's go and grab, what's the next thing? We get tools. We get a poisonous, is that a poisonous kit? And all, oh my gosh. You get proficiency in poison and poisoners kit and all ground and air vehicles. Ooh, lucky you. Right, let's take this, put this in here. That just suggests that we need to go and buy a poisonous kit. Oh, that sounds like trouble. Who would have guessed you get a poisonous kit? Hello, my little friend. Dear. Okay, so that's that bit done. What else do we need to put in here in terms of proficiencies? We're going to do some skills in a second. You get a lot of skills, people. We're going to deal with like a bucket load. But saving throws, intelligence, and wisdom. Saving throw, intelligence, and wisdom. And then I'm going to get you to pick a whole bunch of skills. There are 6 skills that you get to pick. You get medicine straight off the bat. So you don't have to worry about getting medicine, for those of you who are worried. It's all right. You already get medicine. And then on top of that medicine, you also get 6 skills. And I will list all the skills. Yeah, I know you guys want to get a poisonous kit. Select 6 skills. Let me read them out to you, please. All right, so looking through the skills, you can have computer use, deception, demolitions, oh my gosh, engineering. We've got science. If you wanted to have engineering, you can. You can have history. You can have insight. You can have investigation. You can have nature. You can have perception. Oh, God. Yeah, you're going to take perception. Persuasion and science. But you've already got science, so you don't need to pick science again. Does that make sense? Oh, here we go. Here come the votes. It's persuasion and deception in the lead. 1-2, perception. Persuasion, deception. Okay. Demolition. I knew that was coming. Because that's an int-based one. That's 3. Keep going, people. Keep firing them in. Do I need to read them out again? I can read them out again. Oh, computer use. Oh, well, there we go. Fred's not waiting. Fred's like, let's get this done, Fred. Just get us done. Okay, so computer use, deception, demolitions, engineering, history, insight, investigation, nature, perception. Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Persuasion and science. Okay, so let's see. Computer. Let's see. Computers. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get one more. So it can be insight or nature, Pale Rider. Which one's it going to be? Insight or nature? How about I just pick it for you? Okay. I can just pick it for you. We'll go insight. How's that? We got science already. Per Sherman. We already have it. Science is already there. It's one of the first things they picked. So we've got all our skills all sorted out. Nice. Well done. Okay, now this is where we will need to start making some decisions about where we put stuff. Okay, where we place and position things. Oh, you wanted nature? Oh, fine. Okay, that's fine. I'll take off the insight and I'll put it into nature. There we go. We're in nature. Oh, no, now he's gone insight. Fine. Okay, back from nature to insight. Okay, there you go, Per Sherman. We're in business. Whew. Everybody gets a little pick. Okay, now let's deal with the where do the ability scores go? That is a question. Now remember, we're going to get to increase our dexterity by +2 because of our birth, our race, species, and wisdom is going up by 1. Okay, so now I'm going to give you the numbers. #ability scores. Let me give you the numbers so you know what they are. And the numbers currently are, we have a 17. We have 3 16s, good Lord. 3 16s. We have a 15 and a 9. Okay. Oh, so Fred Huber has already, hooray for figuring out things. You well, apparently figuring things out is probably a good idea, right? So you want to go wisdom, dex, constitution, strength, charisma, intelligence. You're missing the hat and the hat, Fred. It's just too warm in my office right now for it, and my head just overheats. Right when winter comes, I won't be able to take it off. It'll probably have a beanie underneath and then the hat jammed on top. But right now, it's not like that. Okay, so if anybody else has anything else to say about where the ability scores go, otherwise I'm going to just place them. Place them. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll cross out this, cross out that. I've got these. So wisdom would be 17, I guess. Wisdom 17. That's the wisdom. And then next would you go, yep, and then you want to go intelligence dex. Oh, look at this. Now I think we're going to go, that means that we're going to have one of those intelligence is going to be 16. Int and dex are also going to be 16. Int and dex. Okay. I think that's the easiest way to deal with it. Con comes next. You guys kind of went that way, so let's do that. Con is a 16 already. Int dex. Con 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're moving into, after con, your last one, you wanted to go intelligence and you wanted to go strength. But you both like charisma. So charisma is going to wind up being a 15. Con 15, charisma, and the 9 will be strength. Medic, right medic, 9. Okay, so I think, did I get this right? 117. 3 of those. Wisdom there. Okay, so that means the increases. So we're going, wisdom goes up by 1. So that goes to an 18 for our thingy. And then dex would go up by another 2 because of our birth or race. So that goes to there. Okay, all right, I got that. Got it figured out. I put random order, did you? Yeah, it looks like strength is a dumb stat. Okay, that's fine. So we've got a high dex and a high wisdom. I think, and look, there's nothing shabby about the constitution or intelligence just because you guys rolled so high. Anyway, let's deal with the next issue along this pathway. And I believe it is now time to purchase some gear. So we get to purchase some gear, but I don't want to do that just yet. I want to come back to that. I want to actually go over your various features. There are things that you get. You get medical exploit or medical exploits. I'm not even going to try to write everything down about medical exploits. It's just not going to work. Medical exploits. And then it just goes on and on and on. The next one, we'll come back to medical exploits. We have target avoidance. Okay, target avoidance starting at first level as a bonus action. You can take a dash action at second level as a bonus action. You can instead take a disengage action. So basically it's opening you up to getting away out of trouble. That's really what it is. It's kind of making you a bit like a rogue, but not completely. Target avoidance. Target avoidance. Ooh, there we go. And it's type in the, can we copy and paste this? Plain text. Yeah. You can okay, second level, it's a bonus and you can instead take the Take the disengage. Take a disengage. Okay, it just took forever to actually come into view. What is it doing? It is not moving. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, better. Target avoidance. So a useful feature. Keep you alive. Primary target. Starting at first level. If you don't make an attack action on your turn, you gain a +2 bonus to your armor class until the start of your next turn. At 5th level, this bonus increases to +3. So in other words, if you don't attack, your defenses get better. So if you're doing something like patching somebody up because they're in trouble, you've got a better chance of survival. So it's kind of making you a bit of a tank, but really just a tank while you're doing other things. And this is, what is it called? Primary target. Where did I put this? Exploits, primary target. And we will just shift this around a little bit. Sweet, move this a bit. Okay, cool. Now let's go over medical exploits. No, I don't lick the button. What are we talking about? I have a die that says 6 stats. Did everybody lick the? Don't lick it. Just press it. Just press the button. Okay, let me go over medical exploits so you know what your medic can actually do, and then I'll do all the numbers while you're picking equipment. Right, which is going to be pretty fast. I know this. Okay, medical exploits. As a medic, you gain exploits that you can use to aid allies in or hinder enemies. Mechanically, these are identical to spells. Exploits require both the use of your hands and appropriate materials to perform. Unlike spells, medical exploits require neither contemplation nor study each morning. So in other words, there's no preparing them. And you don't need to study because you already know this stuff. You regain the use of them each day without effort. You do not need to choose which exploits to prepare ahead of time. Thank God for that. You can employ any exploit on the list of a level that you use. So at first level, you also know 2 medical applications of your choice from the medical application list. These are at-will abilities. In other words, at-will means that they're infinite. You can just keep using them over and over again. You can use as long as you have the necessary materials and action to perform them. So if you don't run out of materials and you've got an action during your turn, you can just keep doing it. You learn additional applications of your choice at higher levels, as shown in the medical applications column of the medic table. We'll come back to that. The medic table shows how many slots you have to use your exploits of first level and higher. Okay. So you still have slots, the number of times you can do something at a particular level, but you don't have to know them or prepare them. You just know all of them, and they're all prepared. You just decide which one you want to use. Okay, which is at least partly simpler than 5e's spellcasting. To enact one of these exploits, you must expend a slot of the exploits level or higher. You regain all expended exploit slots when you finish a long rest. So this is a long rest mechanic, not a short rest mechanic. When you become a medic, select either your wisdom or your intelligence as your medic ability. Well, we're going to go wisdom, aren't we? If it is used when setting the save throw DC for medication application when you use, and when making attack rolls with one of them. Okay. Geez, it's not really worded. It is used when setting the save throw DC for a medical application you use and when making an attack roll with one. Okay. If selecting intelligence, the wisdom medicine skill can be replaced with intelligence medicine. Wisdom medicine, intelligence medicine. Okay, I see what they're trying to do here. So it really doesn't matter too much. You just pick the biggest number. Exploit saving throw DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom or your intelligence modifier, whichever you've decided it's going to be. Exploit attack modifier, your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom or intelligence modifier. Kits. Many exploits and applications require the use of either a medical kit or a drug kit, which you already have as part of your character class. A medical kit has enough supplies for 50 actions. Interesting. Right, so we need to mark 50. While the drug kit has enough for 10 actions. This is regardless of how many targets are affected by said action. So we need to make sure we put in the various things. So drug kit, you get 10 uses. And then medical kit, you get 50 uses. Good. Awesome. Happy about that. Rawhide. What do you got here? We need a syringe dart gun. Got it. Okay. All right. Just keep the language good. Okay. Right. Let's see. That's that done. Now, where are all of these various things that they're talking about? Because there's a lot going on here. Medical exploits, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to worry about knowing, so they're obviously in a different part of the book, clearly. And medical applications, we get 2 medical applications that we can use. We can use up to 2 first level exploits. So we're going to go medical application 2. And level 1, 2 slots. Okay, I think that's got that. Oh, did I do that? 2 slots. And then 2 medical applications. Put that there. Okay, what else? Mark that down. There's our table. Now, medical applications. There is a bunch of these things. I'm going to obviously have to read through a bunch of them. So we will do that. Since I know pretty much what's going to happen with the gear, I'm pretty sure I know what armor you're going to want and what gun you're going to want, and I know you probably want a poisonous kit as well. So I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to get ready to go through them all. It is a medical, yeah, it's a military medic. Did you think that it would not be a military medic? That's exactly what it is. I was hoping that the picture made it clear. Anyway, let's have a look. Activation time for the basic treatment. Range, touch, components you need to medical kit, duration, until employed or 1 minute. You use your medical kit on a willing creature. The target gains a bonus to its next constitution, strength, wisdom, or intelligence saving throw equal to your proficiency bonus. Each target can only receive this bonus once per check. So every time you do it, you're giving somebody a chance to make a saving throw against constitution, strength, wisdom, or intelligence, depending what's going on for them. It's pretty good, and it lasts for a while. Defilade? Defilade. I don't know what defilade is. What is that? Is that a real word? Okay, activation. 1 reaction. So it's a reaction, not an action. You put it on yourself. No components. Duration instantaneous. If a creature scores a critical hit against you, each ally that can see both you and the triggering enemy has advantage on the attack rolls against the triggering enemy until the start of its next turn. Okay, all right. So this is designed to allow you to do some nasty stuff to somebody else. Do science to it. What is do science to it? It's a bonus action. It's on yourself, no components, duration, instantaneous. Double your proficiency bonus with your next wisdom, medicine, or intelligence science check made this turn. Okay. You can only gain this bonus once per check. All right. So you're doubling your proficiency bonus. So you're making it a bit better chance of doing the medicine check or your science check, essentially. Next, evasive overdrive. It's a bonus action. Range is self. Components none. Duration is 1 round. Not 1 turn, but 1 round. You're able to do everything in your power to avoid getting hit. You gain a +1 bonus to armor class against 1 creature you can see, and you don't provoke attacks of opportunity attacks from the target. Both effects last until the beginning of your next turn. You can only gain this bonus once per turn. Okay, got it. Next, field shot. So it's a bonus action. It's on yourself. You need a firearm to make this work. Duration instantaneous after using a medical exploit as your action. Okay, so you've got to use an action with your medical exploit. You make a single ranged attack this same turn. You can use intelligence or wisdom instead of dexterity as your modifier for the attack and damage. Interesting. So it's a field shot. That could be useful. Imperative escape. I would say 1 reaction. It's on yourself. No components. Instantaneous. As a reaction, you suffer damage. As a reaction, you suffer damage from a hit while already below half hit points. You halve the attack's damage. So if you're below half hit points and you get hit, you take half the damage. Okay, I see what that's trying to do. Live, damn you. Live, damn you. Okay. It's an action. You have to touch somebody. You need a medical kit. It's instantaneous. You use your medical kit on a willing creature and spend a hit die. So you actually spend a hit die. If the target has been reduced to 0 hit points and is making death saving throws, the target gains 1 hit point. If above 0 hit points, the target recovers hit points equal to your proficiency bonus plus 1d6. This increases to 2d6 at 10th level. Okay, I see what that's trying to do. I understand. Cool, cool. We've got more of these things. How many more do I have to read through? Oh, they go on and on and on. There's 2nd level, 3rd level. I'll do only the 1st level ones, and then my voice will be gone. Commercials keep coming up. Get paid, Fred. I doubt that I'm going to be getting paid that well, mate. But YouTube will certainly... The problem is those ads aren't worth very much on YouTube anymore, so they keep having to throw more and more at you. It's frustrating, isn't it? I know it's frustrating. Medical expertise. It's a reaction. 1 ally that you can see, so that's your range. Oh, that's good. Components, none. Duration, instantaneous. You can aid allies in pinpoint weak spots and pinpoint weak spots in enemies based on your own medical knowledge. As a reaction to an ally's successful attack on a creature, you add your intelligence or wisdom modifier to the extra damage. The ally must be able to hear you. Okay, if you can't hear them, it won't work. Medical knowledge. Activation time. 1 bonus action. So that's yourself, you target. You need a firearm as a component. Duration instantaneous. Use the same round after hitting a target with a firearm. How do you do that? Make an exploit attack against the same target. On a hit, the target has a disadvantage on its next attack roll until the beginning of your next turn. I don't quite understand what's going on here, but I suppose it's trying to do something. Modern Master. Bonus action. It's on yourself. You need a medical kit as a component. It's instantaneous. Use the same round after attempting an exploit that recovers a target's hit points. The target recovers 1d4 additional hit points. Okay. This increases to 2d4 at level 10. You can only gain this bonus once per exploit. Okay. Outthink and outwit. Activation time. Is it like spells, as I said, people? It's 1 action, 30 feet. Components, there aren't any. Duration instantaneous. You can quickly ascertain your enemy's eye movements and body language and determine the best course of action. Make a ranged attack against the target. You can use intelligence or wisdom instead of dexterity as your modifier for the attack damage. Okay. Again, with these things, you do not need to select them. You do not need to prepare them. You just decide which one you want to use. Okay. If you had it available at level 1, you just get to use it. Sorry, people, I'm losing my voice. I really apologize, but yeah. Oh boy. Just give me a second, see if I can get it together. Okay, try again. Here we go. So weak spot. It's a bonus action. It's on yourself. Components none. Instantaneous. Use the same round after you score a hit. I think I read this out already. Moving on. First level exploits. Anatomy expert. So it's a bonus action. You target yourself. You need a firearm. Instantaneous. Target one creature. You score a critical hit on this turn. Double the amount of dice rolled for damage. Oh my god. That's quadruple the number of dice. If you double so normally on a critical hit you get double your dice. But if you double those dice again, that's quadruple the dice that you would roll compared to normal. You're probably going to want that one if you want to hurt somebody bad. Next, clamp the artery. It's an action. You need to touch somebody. You need a medical kit. Instantaneous. Target one living creature. The target is healed of any damage incurred by the last hit it received since the end of your previous turn. Oh my gosh. So now you have to remember how much damage you took last turn, and you lose all of that. All those hit points that you got lost from that one hit are gone from the last hit. That could be a little bit hard to track. Cortical reinforcement injection. It's an action, touch. You need a drug kit. Duration 24 hours. Target one living creature. The target is immune to being blinded. Okay. Advanced. At 10th level, you can target two creatures, though each one requires an action. You can sacrifice the action on your next turn to administer both injections this turn. Oh, I see. All right. So there's a way of making it happen right away, but you won't get to do anything the next turn. All right. I got a lozenge in my mouth. It's not helping. I just obviously I'm losing control. Diagnose and cure. It's a 1 minute activation time, so don't do that in combat. Touch, medical kit, 24 hours is the duration. Target one living creature suffering from a disease or poison. The target has advantage on any saving throws to recover from the disease or poison for the duration of 24 hours. Well, that's useful. Next, emergency patch. Activation time is one action. Touch, you need a medical kit, instantaneous. So target one living creature. The target regains hit points equal to your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier plus your level. Okay, well that's pretty good. Advanced. At 10th level, so in other words you can essentially, what's the word? Upcast. You can either increase the hit points received to triple your wisdom bonus, or you can target two creatures instead of one. Oh, I see. What's this? Standozolol injection. Something injection. Some sort of stody, I don't know, whatever. One action, touch, drug kit. It's an hour duration. Target one living creature. The target has advantage on dexterity ability checks and saving throws, and gains a plus 10 bonus. And gains a plus 10 feet bonus to speed for the duration. Oh. It's an adrenaline injection. You're pumping adrenaline into them. That's probably what's going on here. Advanced. At 10th level, you can take it up to 2 creatures. But each requires an action. You can sacrifice the action on your next turn to administer both injections this turn. There's a lot of that going on here. Okay, so now we go into 2nd level. I'm not going to go through 2nd level because this will go on and on because I like spells. Okay, so you get a bunch of stuff, and you know that it is basically a spell cast that goes from level 1 to level 4, but instead of it being listed as spells, they are medical applications. And the great thing is you don't have to prepare them. If you have access to level 1, then you can use any of the level 1 stuff. You don't have to prepare it, you know them all. But you get to do it twice. That's it. When you get the 2nd level ones, you know how to do all of them, you don't have to prepare them, and you just do it. And you get to do that, I think at level 5, you get one of those. So, interesting. There's still resource management involved in here. I still think it'll be interesting. Should be fun. Should be fun. Okay. I am going to let's go to our gear now. Okay, so gear is page. Yeah, I think that's right. So we need a couple of things that we need to. There's a couple of things we need to purchase, and then I'll pump in all the numbers and do all the maths. So our first thing is we get light armor, and we get a small one-handed firearm. Everybody keeps going on about the one-handed grenade launcher, so I think we're going to have to just get the one-handed grenade launcher. It seems to be the standard piece of equipment that everybody would like to have. So there you go. And I'm going to give you 1 concussion grenade with your $15. Okay. 1 times concussion grenade. There you go. And then we're going to put our grenade launcher in here. Since you've got one. Bum, bum, bum. Just like that. Grenade launcher. Okay, so I've done that bit. What else did you guys... I think last time you were... we haven't done armor, but I'm pretty sure I don't know what your armor is going to wind up being. If you were wondering about the equipment area, it's quite large. There's quite a bit of information on this stuff. And it goes on, and in fact, the 2.1 version has got even more stuff than before. Moving down, is that no? That's demolitions. Here we go. Armor, light. It's going to be sensible just to take the ballistic armor. It's 12 plus your dex modifier. You can only have light armor when you're starting out anyway as a medic. You can't wear anything else but light armor, so it won't make any sense to take anything else. So we'll just drop that down. And 12 plus your dex, which is a +4, so dex is 12, and then the 4 goes to 16. So your armor class is 16. Okay, let me just change these numbers around. I know you guys were talking about wanting a poisonous kit, so I'll have to find a poisonous kit, won't I? Let's put all these numbers in here. I'm making the big number the modifier. That's why you're seeing me chucking the big number in the small box. 15. Okay, that's -1. 1. Haha. That's a +4. That's a +3. +3. +3. And that is a +2. Okay. Pretty good on that. It's fine. Got all that sorted out. Next. Poison kit and dart injection gun. I know. Poison kit. I know you guys want the poison kit. Give me a second. Let me find it. Yes, there is power armor in this game. That's shields. Not looking for shields. Okay. So now I just got to find the poison kit, which has got to be here somewhere. It's under P, right? Smartphone, hand cuffs, gloves. I can't even see it. Drug kit, medical kit, engineering kit. Why can't I see the poison kit? If you got proficiency in poison kit, there must be a poison kit. Oh, I'm just going to put down poison kit. Look, I'm just going to assume that the poison kit is not more than 200. And based off the kit's prices, drug kit, I don't know, something like that. Poison kit. Poison kit, it's in. There you go. I don't know how much it costs. As for the injection gun, I can't find it. So I'm just going to do the numbers now on your various different things. So strength saving throw is a -1, not good. Dex is a +4. Con is a +3. Your intelligence is also proficient, so that's 3 and 2. Yep. +5. Wisdom is a 3 and a 2, so that'll be +5. And your charisma is a +2. Okay, that's that. Let's do some hit points and some skills in a second as well. But let's do the skills. We don't have any temporary hit points. We can just do that now. We get one of these. It is going to be 1d8. Come on. It's just a d8 plus your con, which is 3. Okay. Next. So we can use Dex for most of our things. So even our grenade launcher will be a Dex. So it'll be +4 and the 2, which is a +6 to hit. And then it's, what is it, 2d6 for the concussion grenade. And you add Dex unless you've got a timer. So it's the Dex modifier. Okay, got that. Next. Dexterity. Acrobatics +4. Dex. Keep going down the dexes. Dex. Stealth is a 4. Sleight of hand will be a 4. What else? That's fine. Wisdom. Wisdom is +3, so that's for animal handling. This will be a 3. And then any more wisdoms? Yes, there is. Insight is also proficient, so it's not just 3, it'll be the 2 for the modifier, so that'll be a 5. Medicine is one of your things, so you're going to get a 5 for that, so the 3 and 2 is 5. Perception is 3, 2 is 5. No. Survival is wisdom, just a +3. There's no proficiency. Okay, so that's that one done. Int is a +3, so that's Arcana, which you probably won't have in your game if you're playing this sort of game. Int computers, though, you would be proficient, and so that's 3 and 2. It comes to a 5. Demolitions, if you're going to blow stuff up, it'd be a 5 as well, because you're proficient in it. Engineering is just going to be a +3. History is just going to be a +3. What else have we got here? Investigation is a +3. Nature is a +3. Int. Religion's +3. Sciences, you got that one, so that's proficiency and your intelligence modifier, so that's a +5. Okay, that's that. Okay, so back up. Strength is -1 because you don't have athletics as a trained skill, and it's just going to be -1. And I don't think there's any more, so we can just go into charisma now. Charisma. Deception is proficient, and you got a +2 modifier, so that's going to be a 4 for that one. Intimidation is just going to be a +2. Performance is just going to be a +2. Persuasion is charisma and you're proficient, so that'll be a +4. Okay, that's all the numbers there. That means our perception, passive perception is 5 + 10 is 15. That's pretty high. Initiative is going to be a +4 for our initiative. If I got all the numbers there, I do, I think. I'm just trying to pump through this, people. I'm actually kind of losing it a little bit, so I know I need to finish up pretty quickly. Otherwise, I won't be able to keep going. So I apologize, but this time of year, people get sick, and I tend to get sick at this time of year. It's just a matter of time, and I'm starting to lose a little bit. So let's see. Medic is 85. And my hit points should be maxed out at 6 plus the con modifier. Oh, it's not an 8. It's not an 8. It's a 6. Ooh. I thought it was an 8. It's a 6. That's for a medic. Medic level. 6 plus con modifier comes to a grand total of 9. So you've got 9 hit points total and 9 currently. Class resources, other resources, I'm not going to worry about that. I never really use those squares anyway, and I don't really know what to do with them. We can probably calculate some of your numbers. So your exploit attack modifier is something we probably need to calculate, and your exploit saving throw is probably DC is something you need as well. So, sorry, exploit attack, exploit save DC. Okay, let's calculate these. Now, so it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 2, which comes to 10, plus your wisdom or intelligence. And I think we're going to be going with wisdom, isn't it? Wisdom is 3. So that'll be a 13 for this one. It's pretty standard. It's fine. All good. Next. Attack. Your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom or intelligence modifier, which is going to make no difference because they're pretty much exactly the same. Oh, no, they aren't. Wisdom is actually a 4, not a 3. I made a mistake here. Give me a second. So it'll be 14. And that'll be +6 for your attack. Yeah, sorry. I did some... Now, did I balls up my wisdom? I probably did the skills with wisdom. I probably messed them up. Didn't I? Wisdom, where are they? It's a +4. Sorry about that. It's definitely showing when I start making mistakes to insight So that is a 16, 6, not a 16, 6 wisdom. Medicine is going to be a 6 as well. Perception is going to be a 6, which means I've got a higher passive. Wisdom, it's a 4. Okay, and that's a 16 there. Geesh, that's a high number. Okay, all right. Whew. Death Wish gun, the Death Wish gun, the elephant cartridges. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about buying equipment with money because I got nothing left, and I figure if I've got nothing left, there's no real point going on. Do you know what I mean? So sorry about that. Normally we do some gear, but not today. Not today. So we've done it. We've got all the information on the character sheet that we really need. You've got a bit of money to go and spend if you want to spend it, but it's here. It's done. I've shown you how to do it. It's just like making a Dungeons and Dragons 5e character. It's just got different stuff. That's really all it is. It's not as hard as you might think. And that is where I'm going to end. It's a sad day today. I made the decision that today would probably be the last day that I do character creation for a while. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. And I will very briefly explain. Those of you who are in chat and putting in comments, if I'm not reading your comments, it's just my brain's not working well enough to be able to pick things out. So it's not that I'm ignoring you, okay? It's just I got nothing left to be able to process anything. So yeah, that's part of the thing. So one of the reasons is there are 2 live streams I do on my channel that very few people, they get very, very low reviews. Most of my live streams do, okay? That's the reality because of the way what I kind of do. I'm a bit older. I'm in my 50s. I'm in New Zealand, so I'm not in North America, so I don't get that kind of traffic anymore. And I don't just do D&D or Dungeons and Dragons 5e, and that's another issue. But things, on YouTube have changed. There's a lot more competition, and I found that the character building stuff is one of the least favorite things that people go and watch. So I'm gonna rotate it out. Okay, I'm rotating it out. How long will I rotate it out for? I don't know. Maybe permanently. Maybe permanently. If I come across a new game system where I have to build new characters and I want to show people how to build new characters for a different game system, then I'll do that. But I don't see anything happening anytime soon because I've kind of done what I wanted to do. I could show people how to make Dungeons and Dragons 4e characters or 3.5, but it doesn't really excite me that much. And yeah, it's also tedious. They're quite complicated, those systems. So I don't want to really do that. So that's another factor. So, but there's another one that doesn't get a lot of views, even less views than the character building stuff. And that is the stuff when I talk about Esper's Emporium of Esoterica and the Monster Lore. The Monster Lore live streams get very few views, and we make a monster. And partly the problem is because people don't necessarily want to make monsters and make monster lore on a channel. They probably just want to make a stat block, right? The only reason I haven't got rid of it is because I'm making monsters with AJ Pickett and Wally DM, and I'm doing that deliberately. So I'm not cancelling that one. If I didn't do that live, I would just do that behind closed doors and just not live stream for 1 day a week. Less. But I'm going to share it, and because I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not stopping that one. So instead, the live stream character creation is being replaced by the How to RPG podcast. The podcast will talk and explain stuff. I used to do this on my channel. I kind of stopped doing that, and I wound up just doing, game master prep stuff, design work, making monsters, making adventures, all that sort of stuff. That's sort of what I've been doing for a while now. And I do some game demonstrate rules for different systems, and then I would, of course, do the character creation. I'm not enjoying the character creation as much as the other stuff. I would say the game demonstration live streams are still a headache for me because they're quite stressful. I'm not going to stop doing them, because I feel like I'll get better the more I practice. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll keep doing those, and they still get, reasonable views for live streams on my channel compared to what I usually get. So the podcast, what are some of the topics that I have lined up for you? For those of you who are looking forward to what am I going to talk about? Because I used to do a lot more of this sort of stuff where I talk about a topic probably for an hour. They were called the Fred rants. I mean, it couldn't be described as anything else other than, oh my God, Fred is going on a 1 hour rant again. I don't know how popular something like that will be, but that's where I'm kind of heading. So I've been building something around exploration. People don't really talk about exploration in tabletop role-playing games or even Dungeons and Dragons. Exploration is just left off the cards. I don't know if I'll do that next week though. I might, but I don't know if I will. I'm also working on another one called how I started playing tabletop role-playing games in Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so there's another one, and that I've been working on, and that might happen next week, that might not. We'll see. I don't know. There's another one which I am a little afraid to present, but I feel like I should at some point, and that is why I hate the bonus action in Dungeons and Dragons 5e. I don't know that I'll do that next week. I feel like I'll leave that for a little bit longer. We'll see. I don't know. Again, I'm not completely convinced how I'm going to do this. And then there's another one which I think will piss off a lot of people. In fact, it will probably piss off a lot of YouTubers. And when I showed it to Wally DM, he was laughing his head off and he said, "Are you kidding?" And it's titled this: Why I Dislike Videos on Problem Players and Problem Dungeon Masters. I don't think I'll wind up doing that next week. But I do think that it would probably happen at some point. Okay? That's sort of some of the topics that I've been throwing around. I've been throwing around the topic of talking about the deck of many things. But I realized that I could count on one hand how many times the deck of many things has shown up in a game that I played or game mastered. Is that enough experience on the deck of many things to actually talk about it? And I don't know that I believe that it is. I think it's not enough. I want to talk about multiverse travel. But again, I've had maybe 2 or 3 campaigns where there has been multiverse travel, where we've traveled to different worlds. There is hardly anything on the internet about that sort of thing. Again, I don't know that that's useful to you yet, unless I do more of it. Unless I have a body of experience that isn't just me piping shit out of my ass. And I do not like the idea of presenting stuff to you and not having enough, as far as I'm concerned, enough background experience on it. And I'm not convinced that I do. But it's certainly a topic I would like to talk about, because apparently nobody does, because most people who are game mastering frankly have even less experience than I do. So that's an interesting problem, isn't it? And I'm sure a few of them do talk about that sort of stuff in videos, but I don't know what they're talking about, because they probably don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, so I've been thinking about what I can talk about in these podcasts, and we'll see what we get. We'll see how it goes. So far, the first one did really well, but then it had the word doom in it, which is very clickbaity. The next one had the word hope in it, and it was about hope around D&D, and that's doing all right. It's not doing great, but it's doing all right. So maybe there's a place for me to do this again, and maybe I should have gone back to it a lot sooner. I don't know. But that's where my head is at. I'll be talking more about that sort of stuff in the future, and we'll see what we get. You're probably going to get everything eventually. I just don't know when. Ta-da. Okay. That's it for me, people. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's been watching and listening. I do appreciate it. It really does make a huge difference. Without you, it just doesn't work. You can't have a live stream and not have people reacting and commenting in the chat. It doesn't work. I didn't put up a poll today. I wish I had, but I didn't. Sorry about that. YouTube probably doesn't like me because I didn't. But anyway, tough. This will be the last live stream on character building for probably a very long time, maybe indefinitely. And look, I want to thank all of my patrons. I really do appreciate your support. You really have made things worth doing, and your feedback has been vital. Otherwise, it does not go down well. So wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, or the night, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And a big, huge thank you to Chris Dayas, who has sent me the book ULTRAMODERN 5 and also provided me with all the documentation I needed, including the artwork, which I couldn't figure out how to use in my live streams. Thank you, Chris. I do appreciate it. We'll probably be looking more at ULTRAMODERN 5 in a different way, not just not character building, that's all. Okay? And till next time, keep rolling those 20s.